Warner Brothers Montreal games.
Yeah, the Gotham Knight.
So
game.
they announced Gotham Knight. So this company
did Arkham.
They did Arkham Origins, right? So I love the trailer. We found out after that it's not connected with the Arkham series.
Yeah,
it's its own thing.
It's like they said it's like an alternate universe.
Alternate universe, which is it makes sense because when we talk about the Suicide Squad game.
Well, because this girl's walking, the Batgirl, because of the game she's paralyzed.
Yeah, and also Suicide Squad the game is going to be taking place after the Arkham series. Which explains a lot, which is Rocksteady. So I get that. So we'll talk about that in a bit. But the trailer was great. I love the whole like Batman's dead. And who was
dead? But
yeah, I don't think so. No, actually, I think he is going to be dead because of Rocksteady and what they have going on with Suicide Squad.
I think that's why.
So, and we'll talk about that in a bit. But with this, Batman's dead, and who was the
night of
Commissioner Gordon is dead.
Yeah, they're all dead.
So and then. They're Gotham Knights, right? So we have Nightwing, Robin, Batgirl,
and
Red Hood, and so the trailer. They showed us a trailer, a good trailer, long trailer.
It was good.
It looked great. I was really excited, and they even showed us gameplay. And the gameplay, I was excited, and I was liking it. And then when we saw the combat, when we started seeing the RPG elements, level 10 enemies, no counter system anymore. Batman, the Arkham games, even Origins was always about the counter system, right?
That's what made it fun.
It's not that because Spider-Man didn't have a counter system, but Spider-Man's combat is different.
Yeah, but
the martial arts, it's very similar to how Batman fights. So it makes perfect sense for them to have a counter system.
And plus, it ruins the flow of your combat.
Yeah,
because if you're
I don't want to dodge and then run around.
If you're fighting, let's say like 20 people. Let's say you're like mid combo and this guy like someone's gonna attack you from behind. Now you just press dodge.
Yeah.
Instead of countering that person, which actually made it feel cool.
Yeah. The counter system was way better, and now since it's like this RPG element and the enemies have health bars, I got a feeling. This is gonna be better than the Avengers, but I got that feeling of Avengers where just button sponge, just keep hitting them until. And they're gonna you're fighting a regular thug that's maybe a level 13.
No, but that's the thing because when Batman you will level up and you unlock new perks or whatever. Yeah. But the thing is, that's different from when let's say you're level 11, this thug is level 15.
That's annoying.
And then you're dying to a standard thug.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Who Batman or Robin should beat up easily.
And not even dying, but also just I feel like it's gonna get repetitive. A lot of button mashing.
I don't like level gap.
Yeah,
because that's one thing I don't like with games. If there's this mission you have to be like a level 10 I mean, again, I don't know how it's gonna play, but that's what I'm getting the feeling.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah,
unless they level up with you, which doesn't really make sense.
No,
and just do it
then
standard.
For that, yeah, no. So I have a feeling there's gonna be areas where there's higher enemies.
You can't go to because it's higher enemies. Which
I'm not a big fan of that because
and also story too because now it's gonna be like the Avengers game where. You can do whatever mission. You just select the missions, or is it going to be like a linear story?
It didn't look like that. It looked linear.
Yeah, but but that's just a small portion.
This is what Avengers. What I was expecting, because here I wasn't just turned off completely. Like, I'm not buying this game. The game looks good, but when I saw RPG, I was worried about the combat because the RPG elements. Now it looks like a lot of button mashing. No more counter. No more. So now it just looks repetitive. Yeah. And Batman's always been about. You're surrounded by enemies and you get to counter and you get immersed in the combat. Now it's just this is a level 15. So and in the demo, the game comes out next year, but in the demo you can kind of tell already of hit punch, but they have a health bar now.
And then
you have to just you have to move away, dodge and then go and do the same combo again until he's dead.
I don't like the numbers of when you're punching them 200 DPS, 500 DPS.
I don't like it.
And the boss battle, it looked cool, but I didn't like the boss battle. I didn't like the numbers.
There's no need for RPG in this, I don't know. There's no need because if they had, and again, maybe it's because Rocksteady and Suicide Squad, they're doing something very similar. So maybe Montreal here wanted to
I just hope it's not
detach
live
from that.
service.
I don't think so. But I was just worried about the combat. It looked Again, it comes out next
year.
But
my word too is there gonna be gear, like a gear system where you put this chest piece,
level up, and
then you put this headpiece, armpit, like that's this type of stuff where I get like.
It's a turn off because you know what, the Batman games have always been fun. Yes, you upgrade and you get new suits.
But that's the difference, though, because that's fine.
You don't have to grind.
But if there's a level gap between enemies, which is not fair, because if I'm fighting a level 13 guy. And I'm dying because he's higher by 3 levels.
That's dumb.
That's not fair. Because he's a standard thug.
Yeah, like in the Arkham games, it was like you would fight the regular thugs, which you know how to fight. Then you had the bigger guys, like the brutes.
Or the shield, or like the shock.
So you had to adjust your fight style, right? And they took more hits. That's fine.
But or the people with the body armor.
Yeah. Now it's just like, you have a level 13 thug, figure it out. And then it's just a lot of repetitive fighting.
To be a lot of dodging, throwing your batarangs. And
other than that, right? That's the RPG element of it. But everything else looked great.
No, the game looks good.
The game, it looks like what Avengers should have been. In the sense of, like,
it's hard to judge it. Like, it's hard to... Well, Avengers looks bad anyway. So.
Yeah, but in the sense of it, the story looks... It didn't look boring, right? It looked interesting. The gameplay looked... It looks like a good linear story. You have this open world,
it's co-op
and you do get to ride the Batgirl's motorcycle.
Which is pretty cool.
That was badass.
Hopefully they don't abuse it like Arkham Knight.
So that was cool. But when I just saw the combat, I was worried. I saw when they were surrounded, right, playing as Batgirl.
She was like waiting.
No counter, so you're just waiting. And then you have to dodge, and then do your same combo, then dodge or move around instead of just like this constant flowing combat where you're fighting someone. If somebody comes up to you, you get to counter, and you have this flow, and it makes it so much more engaging. Rather than you're punching one person, there's somebody else coming, you have to like jump out of the way, reset. And it's very like RPG-ish.
And that doesn't make sense because
their fight styles, martial arts.
In Witcher it makes sense because you have a sword and you're fighting monsters.
Yeah, that's sword fighting.
Yeah, that's sword fighting. Yeah, in The Witcher it makes sense, but not for Batman. Batman, no, because Batman is. He's supposed to counter all those people.
Batgirl, and again, in the previous games, I think we had Nightwing and Robin.
And Arkham City, the challenge mode where you get to play as Nightwing and
Robin.
How
badass was their fighting style.
Yeah.
So, and especially with the sticks, and so that was a letdown for me in that sense when I saw that. But everything else looked great. Yeah. So that comes out 2021. Let's see, it looks cool. I was worried about that though, and after that, I mean. We missed out a little bit on the they announced Shazam 2.
Fury of the Gods.
Fury of the Gods. So I